Hello everyone, and thanks so much for all the support with my videos. The 47th President of the United States will be Donald Trump. He's just after giving a huge victory speech in West Palm Beach in Florida at his home. And this is a huge comeback for Trump, who was the 45th President and lost in 2020 to Biden. Now, we've seen hugely chaotic policies in the last 4 years by the Biden White House, in particular by the people behind them, such as Antony Blinken and Victoria Nuland, in terms of the conflict, war in Ukraine, and the escalations in the wars in the Middle East also as well, with more geopolitical tensions around the world also. Now, this is a huge comeback for Trump in the context of what's occurred over the last number of years, the indictments, the charges, the huge assassination attempts as well that took place on Donald Trump as well. So a lot of people are remarking to say it's a huge comeback for Donald Trump. Now, both are fully signed up supporters of Wall Street. Both were millionaires, stroke billionaires. And a lot were seen as pushing the agenda to get Harris in terms of the political establishment, to keep the wars going, to keep the drive towards the unipolar world going also as well. But we've seen a huge divide internationally with the move towards the multipolar world, with the rise of the BRICS alliance and the move away from the US dollar in particular as well. But it'd be interesting to see what develops and what transpires geopolitically in terms of Trump, because his rhetoric has been about stopping the wars. So we'll see what develops in Ukraine in the context of this. Already Zelensky has come out to say they will be looking for peace through strength. Now, what does that mean? Does that mean more arms? So hopefully we'll see an end to these wars in Ukraine and more peace around the world. So we'll wait and see how that develops over the next period of time. And it is also important to note the Biden White House, as I said, which has created huge problems domestically as well, with the cost of living disaster across the United States, the inflation crisis, and the immigration chaos as well in the United States of America. So let's see what's delivered upon by Trump over the next period of time. But again, as I said, both support the interests of Wall Street. So let's wait and see what transpires, as I said, in terms of the rhetoric that's been pushed forward by Trump over the last period of time. But for Ireland, it has ramifications because of the reliance on this tax haven model in Ireland. Ireland, we know, is a huge tax haven, has been reliant on multinationals, foreign direct investment for so long, and has done all these shady sideline deals with these big corporations. And this might come under threat now with the economic policies being pursued by Trump. And this is what they're trying to focus on now, to say this be a threat to our economy. But this is because Ireland has signed up to this neoliberal globalist project where they've neglected domestic industries in Ireland and ran down our basic industries that were quite productive in our society. We had the glass bottle industries, we had mining industries, we also had the fisheries industries as well. Through directives have been sold off to the European Union. We've seen that with the fisheries policies of the state, we've seen that with the energy policies of the state, we've seen with the privatisation of everything that moves in our society that has caused huge catastrophes, and no investment in local small businesses or medium enterprises in terms of providing proper employment for people. And it's been reliant on the tech sector, been reliant on big pharmaceutical companies, been reliant on the big financial interests as well. And Trump's policies are all about protectionism and cutting the corporation tax domestically in terms of putting tariffs on goods and services coming in to the United States as well, up to 20% tariffs. He's talking about repatriation profits also as well, which have implications for Ireland and the Ireland's tax haven globalist model as well. And again, these are huge ramifications that will affect the Irish political establishment at no end. And you can already see them scrambling now over the next period of time. And of course, Simon Harris has come out today to congratulate Trump and said Ireland wants to work to deepen and strengthen the historic and unbreakable bonds between our peoples and our nations. And of course, this is just complete and utter nonsense coming from Harris. This comes at the same time when yesterday it was announced in the Dáil that the current US ambassador, Claire Cronin, that was reported had stopped, contacted Micheál Martin, the Minister for Foreign Affairs, around the Occupied Territories Bill, which Ireland are trying to push through for the last 6 or 7 years, but it's been stonewalled because of a money message by the Irish government. Now, this is absolutely disgraceful. But again, it shows the interference that takes place through the Biden White House and his administration as well, in terms of kowtowing down to the Washington DC. And that's what happens across the European Union and here in Ireland as well. We have cowardly politicians who aren't willing to stand up for what they believe in, stand up for the interests of ordinary people, stand up for peace, stand up to see through our constitutional and basic rights in society. But again, they're more interested in pushing the agenda for the big bosses in Brussels and across in Washington DC. So let's see how this transpires over the next period of time in terms of the Trump presidency. But it is a kick in the backside, essentially, to the establishment. And so many, the establishment in Ireland will be up in arms over this as well, because it will upset their gravy train and what they've benefited and profited off for a significant period of time. And so many people in America deserve so much better than what's going on as well. People who are suffering, people who are struggling, the homeless crisis, the huge crises that they face as well, Medicare also as well, and these basic services that people are suffering with. So hopefully things will get better for them, but we'll wait and see what develops over the next period of time. But it's important now that we talk about Irish sovereignty and putting the interests of people here in Ireland first, and in terms of putting the interests of small businesses and trying to develop policies that are properly long-term and properly planned and a proper vision for a country we all love, in terms of supporting the businesses, supporting the people, and making sure the basic needs of people are met. So thanks a lot for the support of my videos. Please press subscribe to my YouTube channel. Take care. Slán. Bye bye.